Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 10 o'clock news on Q2, Montana's news leader.
Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Russ Riesinger. Janelle's off. As the hail started piling up this weekend, so did the number of insurance claims. Thousands of claims pouring into insurance agents after hail literally ripped through homes, vehicles, and fences across our region. State Farm Insurance reporting its claims for the past 2 days, and more are expected to come in. More than 1,600 auto claims have been reported already, and 800 homeowner claims have come in as of this morning. Now, those numbers exceed all total hail claims filed in all of last year in 2018. Also in 2018, Montana ranked number 21 in the entire United States for hail damage. All right, let's turn to the weather. Bob, we've seen the pictures of the damage and the hail. How big did it actually get? Do we know?
It's amazing. We got the top 5 hailstones that we found out there. And let me show you. Well, here's the graphic. As you can see, over in Molt, they had the biggest hailstone, 2.75 inches. That's quite a bit. Over in Huntley, Acton, and Shepherd, they also all had 2-inch size hail. And over in Billings at the airport, 1.75 inch in diameter hailstones. Now, let's give you some idea of what that is all about. We're going to show you as the hail drops out of the sky. Here's what they kind of look like. Now, you'll see the 1.75, that's golf ball size hail. That's what we had at the airport. The 2.75 like they had at Molt, that's baseball size hail. And there are some reports that we even had some softball and grapefruit size hail over in the Molt area. So, yeah, it was a pretty bad storm out there. Russ?
Sure was. Thank you, Bob. Well, many people still cleaning up from Sunday night's powerful and dangerous storm. It, of course, brought hail, high winds, and heavy rain to parts of Yellowstone County. Now, a new high-speed emergency mass notification service launched by Yellowstone County, Code Red, is supposed to help inform people of weather warnings. But did it work correctly? MTN's Zoe Zandora finds out.
Test call from the Code Red system confirming your telephone number was entered through the Community Notification Enrollment page.
Code Red, a service system sending phone calls, text messages, emails, and social media posts to alert residents of missing persons, natural disasters, and other threats.
I have found the easiest way to do it is to text the word Yellowstone to 99411 and just follow the instructions.
Many have downloaded this app but aren't sure if it's working correctly. Casey Williams, the Department of Emergency Services coordinator, says if you have the app downloaded and you aren't registered for weather alerts, you will not receive them.
If they did register their phone number but they've never registered for the alerts, then it's not going to send you an alert because you haven't told it to please send you an alert. Or, as I found with some people in the southern part of the city or other parts of the county, they registered for it, but they were not in the warned area.
Williams says there's a very small amount of people who are registered in Yellowstone County. He says just a little over 200 people have signed up for the weather alerts. Now, during Sunday's storm, about 197 of those who have signed up for alerts did receive them.
The storm we had Sunday night, if you were not in the polygon that the National Weather Service drew on their map, not the one that shows up on television, the one that they drew when they send the message out, you're not going to be included in that message.
So what does it take and who can send out these alerts?
If law enforcement, fire, emergency services contacts and says we need to evacuate or we need to notify people, then we can say, where do you want to notify, who do you want evacuated, and it only takes us about 1 minute.
Williams says he wants everyone to register for the alerts. In Billings, Zoe Zandora, MTN News.
And again, the easiest way to register is to text the word Yellowstone to 99411. The former Miles City trainer who admitted sexually assaulting dozens of students now also pleading guilty to child pornography charges. James Jensen appeared before a district court judge today and presented a change of plea as part of an agreement with prosecutors. Jensen originally faced 10 charges of child porn possession, but the deal dropped 8 of those charges. Now, any time that he's sentenced to would be stacked on top of a 12-year prison sentence handed down last month for coercion of minors into sexual acts. Jensen will appear in court for sentencing on the child porn charges later this month. The civil suit filed by victims is still ongoing. A random rock slide last night on Going to the Sun Road in Glacier National Park has killed a 14-year-old girl. That teen visiting with family from Utah died last night after the falling rocks hit the vehicle that she was a passenger in. The rocks hit the top of the vehicle, shattered the rear windshield, fatally injuring the girl, also injuring her parents and 2 other children in the vehicle. Now, this is video from the park of the East Tunnel, not from yesterday's incident. The 2 adults suffered significant bruises, while the other 2 children in the vehicle suffered minor injuries. The rocks were up to 1 foot in diameter and fell from an unknown height from the mountains above the road. Well, a massive police presence on Billings' West End this evening led to a man's arrest after he forced a standoff with police. That man was seen hanging out of a second-floor window at the Western View Apartments behind Rimrock Mall. He was yelling, cursing, and pleading for officers to shoot him. But less than an hour after the incident began, the man walked out of the building and surrendered. He was arrested on suspicion of assault with a weapon and partner family member assault. An early morning house fire in the Heights, leaving behind $350,000 in damage. Smoke and flames shot out from the roof of that home on Lake Elmo Drive just before 3:30 this morning. The fire started in an attached garage for unknown reasons, but quickly spread to the home and through the roof. Camper trailer parked in front of the garage suffered major fire damage as well. Everyone was able to get out of the home safely, including a number of pets. Northwestern Energy was also on scene to help firefighters work around some of the down power lines. Well, music has the power to touch people's lives in more ways than one. This summer, the Billings Symphony partnered with the music therapy program at St. Vincent Healthcare to help change the tune of hospital stays. And today, the Symphony hit all the right notes with a teen in need. Q2's Mitch Leahy brings us the story.
Michael Blankenship is a 13-year-old boy that's been in and out of the hospital for most of his life. He has fetal alcohol syndrome, among other conditions, and uses a ventilator to help him breathe. But today, Michael received a gift that has the power to transport him outside those hospital walls.
We met him at the beginning of the summer, and he started expressing an interest in playing violin, and eventually talked me into letting him play my violin. Then we said, we're just going to try to get you your own violin.
So that's just what the Symphony did. After 8 visits playing music for Michael and his family, the Symphony decided to give him an instrument that's just for him.
We've been trying to make this happen for several months now, and just getting to know him and imagining his excitement was just an incredible thing, and he has just this magnetic smile.
Michael's violin is special. It's a little smaller than a regular violin, so he can grip it better. Also, it's a dazzling shade of blue, with a thick finish so the instrument can be easily sanitized. For Michael, that's music to his ears.
I feel like happy, and I feel like I would like it too. The great thing about music is like you could play it anytime, anywhere. Like you could learn how to play different songs.
So I hope that this gives him something to do that keeps his mind alive and active and thinking outside of these walls, and that it'll be something he'll take with him when he in fact lives outside of these walls again.
And Michael could be living out of the hospital tomorrow, but he needs a little extra help. His adopted mother, Shirley Lee, cares for 5 other foster children with special needs.
He just needs nursing care, and I can't do it by myself with the other kids, and so I just need more help. Because if we get a full-time nurse, Mike might be even able to go to school.
For now, he's found a new passion that sparks joy with music. And soon enough, the halls of St. Vincent's will be alive with the sound of a bright blue violin. In Billings, Mitch Leahy, MTN News.
Well, if you or someone you know would be able to give nursing help to Michael and his family, you can contact Amber Pisk with St. V's at 406-237-7000. Well, up next on tonight's 10 o'clock news, 60 years ago, the worst earthquake to ever hit Montana killed dozens, changed Montana's landscape forever. We'll take a look back. And in sports, Scott delivers the thrills of outdoor supercross and hears from one of Montana's top racers.
You're watching MTN News with Janelle Slade and Russ Riesinger. Storm Tracker weather with Bob McGuire. And sports with Scott Breen. This is the 10 o'clock news on Q2, Montana's news leader.